can you tell somebody has a disability just by looking at them or not even saying a word to them? A lot of disabilities are invisible. We need to bring out more and more and advocate more for disabilities, whether they're visible or invisible, because it affects so many people. For myself, with diabetes, I never knew it was going to be a hindrance until it came to certain things that I wasn't able to do anymore. I would like there to be more knowledge about disabilities, about the different ones, like physically, like the loss of a limb, which I experienced. But I'm still able to do everything, just a little slower. Unions are the voice of the workers, and they always have your back. It's great to have a union behind you. It's great to have all the people within the union behind you, knowing that you have that many people looking out for your needs, your safety. It just brings comfort.
So my disability it's a physical disability, and I have a physical job where I'm expected to stand on my feet all day. And so, and I've been doing my job for 31 years in the grocery industry. So, when I was younger, I was perhaps able to do the job without much accommodation. I still had the energy and the stamina to be able to do so. But as time went on, it got more difficult, and I was needing to reduce my hours so that I could show up the next day and do it all over again. As a person with a disability, one of the hardest things to do sometimes is to admit that you need help, or that something needs to change in the environment in order for you to be able to continue doing your job. So I resisted asking for an accommodation for many, many years. And that affected what income I was able to bring into my home, and it also affected how I felt at the end of the day. There's a mental load that people with disabilities carry, often for years, that compounds whatever disability they're dealing with, whether it be a physical disability or a neurodivergent disability. Before they ever come to the place where they're going to be needing or asking for an accommodation, they've already likely been accommodating themselves to their best of their ability for a very long time. There's those feelings of pride and shame and fear around what that accommodation process is going to look like.
A lot of our young families having to apply for our disability tax credits, quite often that is something that falls outside of our extended healthcare benefits, and these bills can be quite large, and they're barriers to receiving support. Reach out to your union, because if you do need an accommodation, your union's there to support you along the way, whether it's inside the workplace or outside the workplace. They're there to make you feel seen, and they're there to help you along the way.
Well, they face a lot. They face the ability to be able to work with the public. They're already stereotyped a lot based on maybe how they appear, what they say, how they interact. They face the sometimes inability to speak up concerns, things that they may realize or things they may not even realize. So that is a big barrier for sure.
Finding out what our members need in terms of representation for disabilities and advocating for them and having those conversations, because not everybody understands and not everybody sees what everybody's different disabilities are or what impacts them in their work life. For the ability for unions to be able to lobby the government and help form and create laws that put the conversation at the forefront and talk about disabilities and advocate for better rights for them. We're not ignoring the needs of people who need to be heard.